Well, let's move right on to this week's history lesson. And this week we're going to talk about the first legal forward pass in college football. In 1905, 19 young men died while playing the game of football. It was a very rough game at the time, and players wore little safety equipment, if any. On December 4th of that year, President Teddy Roosevelt gathered representatives from Harvard, Yale, and Princeton, as well as Walter Camp, to the White House to talk about what could be done to make the game safer. As a result of that meeting, an organization was formed called the Intercollegiate Athletic Association of the United States. In 1910, that organization would change its name to the National Collegiate Athletic Association, or the NCAA. One of the first things that the new organization did was make 25 changes to the rules. The most significant was the legalization of the forward pass in January of 1906. The idea was to spread players from sideline to sideline and do away with what was known as mass momentum plays in favor of a more open style of play. One person who was not in favor of making the forward pass legal was Walter Camp himself. To prevent its use, he made sure that tough restrictions were set in place to keep teams from wanting to use the forward pass. Also, the ball itself was more watermelon-shaped than it is today, making it much harder to throw with any amount of accuracy. However, some teams saw the benefit of the forward pass and were willing to give it a try anyway. The first official forward pass in college football occurred on September 5, 1906, in a game between the St. Louis University Billikens and the Carroll College Pioneers. The first attempt at a forward pass went incomplete and was untouched by a player from either team. According to the rules at the time, this resulted in a change of possession. Later in the game, a second attempt at a forward pass was made. St. Louis halfback Bradbury Robinson completed a 20-yard pass to receiver Jack Schneider that he ran in for a touchdown. St. Louis went on to win the game 22-0 and posted an 11-0 record that season. The Billikens also outscored their opponents that season 407-11. Even though the forward pass was a part of the rule book beginning in 1906, many teams, especially those on the East Coast, refused to use it. Instead, they continued to play a running style of football that they had always used. It was not until 1913 when a small, unknown Catholic school from Indiana shocked the football world by beating the mighty Cadets of West Point using the forward pass. Quarterback Gus Doré and end Knute Rockne made headlines across the country as Notre Dame beat Army 35-13 on November 1, 1913, and brought the passing game to the forefront of college football. The forward pass is such a big part of today's game that it is almost impossible to imagine a time when it was not in the rule book. And it all started with St. Louis Billikens players Bradbury Robinson and Jack Schneider.